Yeah. Okay. Okay. Yeah. 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 Once again, we're back again. We're back again in the win. The One Mic Podcast. I am Mike P. Already know what the vibes is. The vibes is on this good Thursday, baby. We're gonna talk a little ball. Things episode, maybe a little conspiracy of truth. You did. We're gonna break it down there. Good. What up? What up? It is your guy, the one Dallas Mike P, DJ Mike P, the One Mic Podcast. You dig? How y'all feeling out there? How you feel? First thing we're gonna talk about, man, is the Atlanta and Philly game. React. To me, I feel like the game was a sham. Felt like the game was rigged and fixed. I mean, when the betting favorites are literally on one side, look out for something, bro. That's all I'm gonna tell you. When one side of the favorite is predicated and say, hey, 98% is picking this, expect some bull jive in the game, bro. So I'm gonna tell y'all, expect something unexpected to happen. I watch too much football, and every time it seems like it's one-sided because they gotta have the entertainment. They gotta have the factor of, oh, David versus Goliath. Like everybody has an opportunity to win, So I'm watching the Falcons game. I knew on the first drive when Saquon Barkley didn't touch the football, there's nobody in their right mind after coming off the game he just came off, would not give him the football in the first drive of the game. It don't make sense. Like the man was literally averaging 9 yards a carry, dog. So I mean, Atlanta, they won 22-21, as you probably already seen in the game. Kirk Cousins was 20 of 29, 241 yards, 2 touchdowns, 8 yards a pass. Bijan Robinson, 14 carries, 97 yards, no touchdowns. You see a theme here? No touchdowns. Darnell Mooney has made a showing. 3 catches, 88 yards, and 1 touchdown. 23 yards a catch, 7 targets. Drake London, 6 catches, 54 yards, 1 touchdown. The game-winning touchdown, 7 targets. But look at Saquon Barkley numbers. This man was he finished with 4.3 yards. In the first quarter, he was averaging at least 9 yards a carry. 22 carries, 95 yards. No touchdowns. Come on, fam. It don't make no sense. 4 catches for 21 yards. No touchdowns. Come on, man. He was the betting favorite on that jump to score touchdowns. He gets no touchdowns against a porous, leaky ass Atlanta defense that just gave up 90-some yards to Najee Harris. Bro, come on, man. You got to believe what your eyes are telling you. If you're watching the game and you see, the Eagles are about to go close the game out, you got a reliable field kicker and Jake Elliott, and you have a team that decides to pass the football on an out flare screen to the weak side, though. You're gonna go to the weak side of the field where he has to catch the ball and then turn upfield. That makes no sense when you have a bona fide running game. Do the brotherly shove, the tush put, whatever you want to call it. You have a bona fide running game. Line up in I formation, 2 tight ends, and give the ball to Saquon Barkley, fam. In the game. If anything, run a quarterback draw with Jalen Hurts. On every short yardage possession the Eagles converted on, they ran the football. Now they get down to the goal line. It's like 10, I think maybe 20 yards to get to a touchdown. They pass on a swing pass at that. Just Saquon Barkley. It makes no sense to me. Then you give Kirk Cousins enough time to go down the field. They don't protect the sideline. They let Mooney slip off to the side 2 or 3 times Again, I just don't understand how they're playing the defense. And y'all keep giving Vic Fangio all this credit. He hasn't stuck anywhere. You know why? Because late in games, the defense does exactly what he does. Choke. He had San Francisco defense in a good space. He had the Bears defense in a good place. The Miami Dolphins defense was not good. That's what he just was fired from. But all I hear is how Vic Fangio's been around the league for 17 years. And, he's 45 years he's been in the league. He's a defensive great mind. Well, how come he can't stick with one team? You did why? Why can't he stick with one team? I keep hearing these names like Pat Shermer and Wink Martin. Of course, Michigan now. Wink Martindale. These guys suck ass, man. Like, for real. Like, we had to get to a point where, bro, this is ridiculous, man. 2 Vibes in my man's got to be 40 points in my league. I feel you on that. I feel you, but bro, he should supposed to have way more than that. His usage rate supposed to be way up. I mean, they're throwing to guys like Grant Calkina. I don't even know how to pronounce this dude's name. Jahan Dotson was traded over there. He only had 1 catch for 6 yards. Now, 2 Vibes told me that Covey was a good player. Okay, we're going to roll with that. Dallas Goedert only had 3 catches for 38 yards. He was another betting favorite. Came into that day with that. So come on, man. We know when it's up. We know what time it is. We know when we see the rigor in place. I'm not going to sit up here and let my eyes, deceive me, or so to speak. I'm gonna really, really lock in and say, hey, what are they really doing here? Like, this don't even make no sense. But again, I digress. I digress, man. It's ridiculous, yo, at this point. Ridiculous. Lito asked me, Coach just told you, bro. Shout out to Coach Puka, too. He just told you, bro. It's Vegas, bro. Ain't nobody stupid. Eagle fans probably looking at that Jones like, come on, brother. Get it out of here. If you're going to ask me Mike Zimmer or Dan Quinn, I'm going Mike Zimmer. We know what Dan Quinn is. Dan Quinn cannot beat his assistants. Mike Zimmer coached his ass off in that first game against the Browns. We lost to the Saints because of effort. If you go back and watch the tape like I told y'all 95 times, we lost that game because we didn't want to play football. We lined up and got our butts whipped. That's simple. Like, to me, I evaluated and looked at that jump. I said, bro, how did this team beat us? And they beat us with effort and scheme. That's it. It's nothing that Mike Zimmer could have called that would have, unless he just went to a 46. There's nothing he could have done to stop them. They were throwing the ball over our head. And, you only had 16 passes thrown from Derek Carr. He was 11 for 16. I mean, they beat us, bro. They did a great job. I'm not gonna sit up here and act like it's the end of the world. I'm rolling Mike Zimmer straight up. He there, and we gonna make it work. You dig? But like I said, as I digress, for real, man. We can go to our next segment. The next segment we want to speak about, man, is word on the street. Word on the street, man. We had this budding, I guess, argument in the Hot Box group chat. Shout out to the Hot Box. Shout out to Cups in the Game. We was basically speaking about, is the league, for its defense, people just being lazy, staying in too deep coverage. I've said this. It's in my notes, bro. I've already had this on. So it's crazy that Whatchcallum had that out there. Let me show y'all. It says quarterbacks playing too deep. Had it in my notes already. Too deep. You see that, right? Too deep. I've already had it in my notes. I've already planned on speaking on this today. And Mel Kiper jumps out the window, beats me to the punch. Because I've been seeing it already. Since last year, I believe. Buffalo, I know Buffalo styles like that. I know, of course, Tampa always plays. It's called a Tampa 2 for a reason. But most teams don't really play that style that often. A lot of times I'm seeing a lot of these teams now really just stay in 2 deep all game. It's boring football. Like, you're protecting your players. Okay, that's cool. Okay, we know for a fact this guy can't cover this guy, so we're gonna stay in 2 deep. So we're gonna play a bend but don't break defense. That's cool. There's nothing wrong with that. It's the fact that it's the first quarter, bro. Like, the joint is scripted. The first couple plays are scripted. We know what the team is gonna do. They're not gonna throw a bomb over your head. You just stand in 2 deep. To me, it's a boring way to watch the game. If one defense just stays in one zone all game. That's like if an offense just stays in 5 wide receivers. The same way Colorado plays. That's why I don't like the way Colorado plays. because all they do is stay in the spread all game. That's not football. You're not giving a team advantage or disadvantage by just staying in one set all game. I'm not a fan of it. I feel like the quarterback play, I'm agree with Tom Brady, like you said earlier in the year, the quarterback play has diminished. That's it. Word on the street is the quarterbacks have not played well going into this season. I think 2-5 dropped a hell of a stat on Sports Reporter's order, speaking about the touchdowns being lower this year. Like, that's not by coinky dink, you dig? They're not playing good football out there because a lot of time it's style based. It's the fact there's a lot of check downs. I feel like, to me, a kicker, the kicker and the tight ends are more valuable than a third wide receiver these days. Look at these teams' third wide receiver. They're not even investing in the third wide receiver anymore. You might have a scat guy. You might have a guy who just, will run screens or somebody run a 5 and out, but they're not investing in that. They're investing in the tight ends and the kickers. They want games to come down to the very end. That's one thing I noticed about the league. It's like you don't even see teams getting blown up by 2 or 3 touchdowns anymore. It's all a field goal here, or they have to go for 2 here. You got to look at how they're trying to make the game become. And I'm just not a fan of it. I'm not a fan of the fact that quarterbacks not being an opportunity to give development. You're not seeing the coaches really coach a guy up and give him opportunity. All you're seeing is, hey, we're going to go with the rookie. Throw the rookie in there with no offensive line and see how he plays. That makes no sense. At least you're gonna play a rookie, you would at least get him an offensive line. You would at least the skill set receivers and stuff. They may not have to be as talented. At least get the kid offensive line and the defense. We've seen teams win like that. So to me, the game in itself is suffering. I'm watching the game as a purist, not as a Cowboy fan. I'm watching the game I played the game. I love watching the game. I like following people who break the game down, like Brian Baldinger, who just understands X's and O's. And when you look at certain things, it's like, it ain't lining up. It ain't matching. It's not to the point where I watch football. I watch a lot of NFL films. I like to dive deep and dissect, the game from a purist perspective. You know what I'm saying? So to me, I'm wondering when this shit gonna change. I'm looking at the quarterbacks. Like people say, oh, don't sign Dak. I'm like, well, who we gonna sign? If we don't sign Dak, it's incredible to be like, the backup quarterback market is disgusting. When I read this list off to y'all be like, hold on, fam. This is the backup quarterback market that we have. That is hella trash. You got Ryan Tannehill. Come on, man. Ryan Tannehill, really? What is he proven to be, somebody that you would want to put on a list of quarterbacks to want to bring in? Trevor Siemian. Like, these guys are just not good players. Like, how does Nathan Peterman continue to have a job? I just don't understand it. How do we go from a guy like Patrick Mahomes, and then you get Nathan Peterman? It's like the bottom of it. I don't get it. Like, you got people like Kellen Mond, Max Duggar, Nate Sudfeld, PJ Walker. Like, he had a nice little run in the Arena League. CJ Beathard, Desmond Ritter. Like, so if we don't sign Dak, we don't give Dak the money, who we gonna pick up? A rookie? So you expect a rookie to throw to CeeDee Lamb. You expect a rookie to throw to Jake Ferguson. Then you set your whole team. You got an old team anyway. We're trying to get all those older guys like a Zach Martin, and you got Steele there. We've gotten younger in the past couple of years, but the core of our team, the best players of our team are 5 years and up, including Dak, including Zeke, including DeMarcus Lawrence. Like, those are the cornerstone. Malik Hooker, Donovan Wilson, and all those guys are in contract years, bro. Like, so you got to look at it from that perspective. How long are they going to be there too? So I'm happy they went on to sign that. That was the smartest thing to do because, again, the quarterback market is horrible. The developer's not good. I feel like they're letting guys go, and then they're not developing them. They're not keeping the guys that they should be keeping in that place. They're letting those guys like a Malik Willis. They just threw him to the side like he wasn't a first-round pick. He's somebody that can look at Geno Smith, who developed to be a good quarterback. Look at Baker Mayfield, developed. Andy Dalton, developed. A couple of years ago, they both were on the same team. They both got benched for PJ Walker. Because you got guys like Matt Rule coming into the league who don't know football. He knows college football. That's why he's doing such a good job with Nebraska now. Let him coach college. Let the pros be the pros. Stop just getting these guys with no experience coming in and just ruining teams and ruining quarterbacks because the development's not there. You know, I like the fact that team like the 49ers got the same guy from Mike Shanahan's staff coaching their running backs. If he's not old and washed and demented, let him coach football. The Patriots offensive line coach, God rest his soul, he was coaching there for years because he's really good at what he does. So to me, you let those guys coach, let those guys develop. Don't keep bringing these people up who don't deserve to be there, who have no track record, who have no track record of coaching. They getting jobs because they just white. Period. I'm gonna call it what it is. They get jobs because they white and they short and they got little glasses and they're geniuses. And look at them. Look at that. What was their track record? But you get coaches like Leslie Frazier can't get a job, who can never get a head coaching job. And everywhere Leslie Frazier go, the defense gets better. Brian Flores. Come on, man. Like, these guys deserve to get opportunities, but you're not getting those opportunities. The black coaches are stuck coaching defense. You know, defensive backs coach, Al Harris. Yeah, he can only just coach the defensive back. He can't coach the whole football team. That's the mentality too, to say we're not smart enough to figure it all out. When you keep getting guys who just keep failing. I watch guys that, like a Brian Schottenheimer. Why is he an offensive coordinator? Why? He has not proven to be a good offensive coordinator at all. But he gets a job because he's under Mike McCarthy. See, that's what I'm saying. Like, that's the bull job I hate within the game, because he's not going to develop anybody. Like our quarterback coach, Brett Nessmeyer, he's not a good coach. Who was he really developed like that? You know, I feel like he's held Dak back in a certain sense from the way, like the fact that Dak works on this stuff in the offseason. To me, that's made him a better passer. But when you're evaluating the quarterback position, it's like you need a guy who really, really understands the game. Like we had John Kitna right there. Why not keep John Kitna there? You've seen the development with John Kitna. You know, but John Kitna gonna cost too mucho dinero. So, you know, they move on from him. But I feel like the game is in a different place. You did. It's ridiculous, man. For real, for real. Kellen Moore, you know, what's up, Rez? What up? What up? I feel like Kellen Moore is, you know, he's showing us to be a clown, which I knew he would be. Philly fans, you're welcome. You know, so to me, it is what it is, man. But you know, we're gonna move on to everybody's favorite. This is what everybody tells me. This is their favorite time of the show, where we talk about conspiracy or truth. I'm gonna have to be like some nice like music on that jump. You know what I'm saying? I'm working on that. Conspiracy or truth. Give me 2 seconds. Yes. It's your boy. I'm back. I got that 10-4 Koofy hat on. You already know. And we about to get into conspiracy or truth. Take that. Y'all seen the lubrication man, the lubie man. He finally was taken into custody. I'm not gonna be excited about seeing another black man go to jail, because jail is slavery. If you don't know, jail is slavery. I told y'all last pod that jail is nothing but slavery. You're awarded a state. You have a number. You're not able to do and make decisions for yourself anymore. Slavery is not over. That's the trick bag they don't tell you. When they signed the Emancipation Proclamation, they also put in there, if you commit a crime, then you will be subjugated to slavery. So yeah, the fact that those brothers are behind the wall, my cousin's behind the wall still. I got like 4 of them. My homeboy Gucci, he behind the wall still. Y'all hold y'all head till y'all come home, man. Real Spill McGill. But I just feel like it's the reckoning from what Puff has been doing for years, man. Like, I don't know nothing about the sexual stuff. That's behind closed doors. But what I do know is he's done shitty business since day one. Like, you have Craig Mack, and then you have Craig Mack as the guy, and then you promoting Biggie, and you trying to make them go against each other. You know, you have a Mary J who doesn't sign with you for some reason, but you producing all of her stuff. You have a publishing deal with Biggie, and you basically just stealing money from Biggie. He's been living off Biggie's legacy for years. That's how he's able to negotiate and leverage everything. by having the Biggie catalog. That's why Biggie was so smart. Partly why I think Biggie was killed, because he was smart enough to understand the game. Once you got Junior Mafia, he got a whole separate publishing deal with Unentertainment on Rivera. So you're able to now get your money directly to your pockets without having to worry about Puff, because I got a separate publishing deal with Junior Mafia. He writing all their lyrics. So he getting all the money. He writing Lil Kim lyrics, he writing all the Lil C's lyrics, and he's able to finesse. So that's why that's a bigger bag that y'all don't see. The fact that he was doing business with Kurt Barrows, a person who was somebody who really built the Bad Boy brand up. And he was made, as he said on the Art of Dialogue, he was made and signed over his rights to the company. Said he was going to get cashed out with some money. He never got the money. That's what happens in this industry. It's a bunch of dirty tricks and games. For one, have y'all ever thought about how did Puff even get Bad Boy started? If they tell you in one hand he's an assistant for Andre Harrell on Uptown Records. Again, I've been around for a long time. You just got to put two and two together. He was an assistant and fired under Andre Harrell. He starts Bad Boy Records. How does he get the money to start a label when you're an assistant to Andre Harrell and you get fired? There comes Clive Davis. Clive Davis makes a deal with him to get him that record contract to have Bad Boy Records. You did? That's how he was able to get the funding for it. So it's not off his own recognizance. It's not off his own doing. He was given the green light by, we know for a fact, a devil in the industry, a culture vulture, who also, who was part of the demise of Whitney Houston, who was also the demise of other various artists who were signed to Arista, especially, what's the artist's name? Let me look it up real quick. Phyllis Hyman, that's it, Phyllis Hyman. Him and Phyllis Hyman, she was the first. Go back and look at her story. She was the first one he abused mentally and physically and kept the drugs in the area. Clive Davis is a devil to the industry. You did? Straight up. One of those devils who've been running rampant. And again, it's a lifestyle that they decide to partake in. So you go from him getting the label, getting, fixing over Biggie, and him, disrespecting 112. You go back and look, 112 whole album, first album was done already. He lowballed them, took a lot of those songs, and basically made it seem like he was the producer of the songs. He had a whole team that he had under him, including Stevie J. You dig? So like the whole nuance behind the Puff Daddy and Diddy and all this type of stuff, it's really a mirage. It's really not something that was really, really cultivated by him. It's all a facade for the most part. And a lot of the stuff that he was doing behind closed doors is starting to come out the light. The Cassie situation is only the things we know about now. He also was involved with physically beating up Kim Porter, which was his girlfriend and wife at a point in time. So we know for a fact, bruh, has been doing a lot of bullshit. For real. Like, we got to call a spade a spade. And, we can't sit up here and be like, oh, well, the government trying to get him, and he puts on people and all this type of shit. And yeah, he probably did piss off on people that, the Diego company, the liquor company he was with, he didn't own Ciroc. He owned De Leon. So they went in a partnership with De Leon. He gets mad because they're now producing Casamigos. So you don't see De Leon on the shelves anymore. I think Casamigos is, give me 2 seconds. Hold on. I forgot who created Casamigos. Casamigos, everybody drinking Casamigos. George Clooney. And the parent company of you can just look it up. The parent company organization is Diego. That's the company that Puff was doing business with. He gets mad because the market share is not there. He sues them for discrimination. He's saying you're promoting George Clooney stuff instead of my stuff. Okay, now we got to spank you, because at the end of the day, you don't own nothing. I tell people all the time, I listen to Mark Cuban, people who do real business, not these people that you think are doing real business. These people are puppets. They use, I'm telling you, Malcolm X told us, they use puppets to promote these things to you, so you can identify, it's a brother right there. I trust him, not knowing that he's being used. He's being told to say these things to you. So again, we sitting up here trying to figure out why Puff ain't a billionaire no more, because he never was a billionaire. Surprise! Like Red says, ta-da, he never was a billionaire. He was given money and opportunities by different companies. That's why Kanye wanted to get outside of the box in America, because he was like, I'm not standing beside a product anymore. I don't want to know. I don't want to be the person who just says, hey, come buy this new cell phone, y'all. It's great. It does a lot of good features. It got 55 cameras. No, I want to be the person who creates the camera on the phone. I want to be the person who creates the phone and sell the phone as a package deal altogether. So I get everything. They just get a celebrity and have somebody stand beside it and say, hey, this is what we're going to promote. We can get some money for it, but you don't own it at the end of the day. It's like Nick Cannon. Nick Cannon didn't own Wild 'N Out because he sold 50% of it. When you sell 50% of your company, you don't own it anymore. I remember watching Shark Tank, and Mark Cuban said that. When you sell 50% of your company, you don't own it anymore because you don't have enough equity and leverage to keep another partner that has the other 50% for coming after you. They just keep you in court for years. They got enough money to do that. So they just keep suing you and keep suing you and keep suing you and keep suing you. So again, the demise of this brother is sad to see. Look how he did Shine. Like Shine is somebody that's a young dude getting money with him, making music, and he has Shine take the fall for him. What you don't know is Shine just talked about this today. Thank God he's talking and speaking up. He said that dude had people go against me. He said, I forgive the brother. I wouldn't have forgave him. That's his age. It is what it is. It's up for me. But he had people come and testify against me. And I'm the one sticking up for you. The lady came out and said that Shine didn't shoot her. How many more people we got to come out and say that this is not happening? But again, he got off. Shine whole life was taken from him in a certain sense. Luckily, he bounced back to the grace of God. But look at all the years he was taken away in a jail cell in slavery. What if he didn't make it out? What if somebody stabbed him up because of somebody putting him in jail? He holding it down and keeping it real. That's when keeping it real goes wrong. So, I mean, is it conspiracy or is it truth? Is people coming after Puffy? Boy, is he laying in the bed he's already made? From how he did the locks, how you don't sign them, how you just take their publishing and put in your mom's name. That's the sneaky shit he would do. He would sign you and not know the publisher company is in his mom's name. So that means you can't come after him. You got to go deal with his moms. And his moms don't know nothing about the business. She got representation too. So her name is in another LLC. This is the sneaky shit they do in the music business. You did how you do Carl Thomas and Faith, how you do Faith Evans in a sense when the money ain't right. These people ain't rich. These people made this nigga millions of dollars. The band, look at Making the Band. Look at Danny DeCane, Donnie Kling, all these people that came, Black Rob. Come on, man. Loon is one of this, did a whole nother. Loon is like, yo, I'm not even going with the music business no more. I'm cool. Only person that really was unscathed was Ness. Ness was the smartest one that stood the public and said, bro, I'm not doing that shit. Because he had experience in the business and understood, I'm not taking that deal. The band got mad because Ness wouldn't sign. So look at Ness' career now. He's gotten all that money back. That money has been returned to him, and now he up. Go look at Ness' career. Go look at what Ness is doing right now. He freestyling again. He out there doing this thing. He's not somebody that really makes a lot of bread, but it is what it is. But for me, man, whatever bed you lay in this world, whatever bed you make for yourself, you gotta lay in, bro. And I'm not gonna be cheering. Like I said, I don't want nobody to be subjugated, but some people deserve to be there, bro. Some people gotta really atone for what they did to people. You got people in the industry like Clarence Avant, somebody that passed on now, who's supposed to be the godfather, right? But the backstory of that is he was working with the mob. So that's how he got his opportunity to get to where he's at. But when it came time to pay that piper, we don't know what happened to his wife. Somebody walk in the crib and just blast his wife, bam. We don't know what happened with that story. Not talked about. You did? He was given loans by the mob because he was fell behind on the money doing business with Frank Sinatra. So you gotta look at the backstory. These people that you look at those brunch, you'll see Clarence Avant right there at the Jay-Z brunches and stuff. Jay-Z, he one of them ones too. He one of them players in the game. Mostly all of them are. That's the music industry in itself. I said that last podcast. I said, why are we trying to be in this realm? And if you have an understanding of what this is, why do you want to be a part of it? That's not the only way to make money in this world. That's what black people have to start doing. We can't keep focusing on basketball and rap. you got to start figuring out what's industry, what's business. You got to start figuring out who to talk to and who really doing business. There's storefronts all over the city. You got to walk in and say, "Hey, can you mentor me? Can you show me how to get some money? Can you show me how to do this?" Because the information don't come to you. You got to go find it. You have to go look for it. You did. Nobody can give you the blueprint. That's the sad part of life sometimes. That's why I try to give as much information as I give on my podcast, because I'm trying to uplift us and give us a different perspective. And I had this perspective years ago when my sports career didn't materialize the way I thought it would. I realized I was more than this person who plays sports. You did. The Lord gave me different gifts that other people just don't have. So I was able to do what we call pivot. You did. As a person who played O-line, I can pivot. I played O-line, D-line. You did. Nose tackle. All that. You did. So to me, you just have to be in a perspective in a place where you can grow. That's it. The shit that Diddy did, he gonna have to live with that. Like I said, I'm not mentioning the sex crime stuff. I'm not mentioning how he assigned somebody and then say, hey man, you want to party? I posted mad videos about him doing that to Fresh Montana with Fabulous. Man, why you ain't party with me? Fab like, yeah, man, I did come and party with you. No. Come on, like me and you party. He drunk as a skunk acting a fool. He's talking about you party. That's inappropriate, brother. I would have slapped him in his face off GP. What you mean? What you mean, me and you party? What you talking about? Columbus Short said, Puff and the Farm Blue. It's 2:00 in the morning. He said he in the bed with his wife, and Puff said, "Yo, what you doing? You ain't coming through?" He like, "Yeah, who there?" He like, "This me." Huh, brother? If I'm not swinging that way, bro, no, I'm cool. I'm cool. That's somebody that's trying to do things inappropriately to you and use leverage against you. So if you don't do it, then now your record don't come out. Now nobody do a business with you. Told Whitney Williams when she had that picture of him inappropriately with another man, yeah, if you don't remove that picture, or if you don't bring that story up, none of my artists come into your radio station. Did the story ever come out? No. It was talked about after the fact. Shout out to Choke No Joke too. He been on the and Gene Deal they've been talking these things and saying what's going on, trying to get and Jaguar right as well, trying to get everybody abreast of what's going on. People ignored it. People say, "Hey, this ain't real. He ain't doing that. Oh, he ain't." Mate. We give people the benefit of the doubt that don't deserve it, bro. Real talk. When the information is in your face, people have come out crying and mad, and disgruntled for a reason. They're not doing this for no reason. They're not just making it up. Why would they make it up? They're not getting no money off it. Now, if you get in a bag, okay, I get it. You might want to look at them sideways, but these people before the internet was popping, they've been saying these things on DVDs and stuff early on when YouTube first popped. So to me, Puffy, you got what you deserve, pimping. The lube man, whatever you want to call it, man. Make sure nothing else I want to talk about. Yeah, we gotta look at the Epstein list too, dog. You did. There's a lot of people on the Epstein list that ain't been revealed yet, and a lot of them are intertwined in that party group. I want y'all to look up the man law as well. It's a law they had for Chuck Berry, who was supposedly being with a lot of white women at the time, and it's a sex trafficking law. Like most people don't know, that's what they got Diddy for: racketeering, sex trafficking. So if you fly a woman out and pay her for a good evening or a good time, that's called sex trafficking. That's how they got pimping out the way. So that's why if you take a woman over across state lines and y'all have sex for money, that's sex trafficking. You gotta understand the laws change within that time period for a reason. Because man, that's what they would do. They would take a stable of 6 women and go to New York and have them do their thing and go back to Texas and count the funds up. So they was like, nah, we're gonna figure out a way. But one, women should be subjugated to this. Now, some women they're into that type of lifestyle. That's it. It is what it is. They're gonna hold it until the day they die. That's it. It is what it is. I can't stop them. You can't stop them. People make choices in this life. So, hey, if she's gonna be on that stroll, she's gonna be on that stroll. You can't, ain't nothing you can do about it. She want to get chose, she gonna get chose. So our job is best to keep those women safe within those lines. But yeah, people don't get. That's what the brother's being locked up for. for those freak offs and sex crimes and all these things. Because the freak offs just don't have, they're not just freak offs. Everybody's like, oh, he can't be freaky. It ain't just freakiness, bro. It's the fact that he's doing this under underlying situations. He's getting people drugged up unwillingly. So imagine you at a party and you at a freak off. You don't even know you at a freak off. You just in the party, it's people there. People start leaving, people start coming. You just don't know. Now you drink some champagne that somebody hands you for, oh, it's a free bottle of champagne. Oh, there's a free bottle of this or a free shot of this. And it's laced with drugs. Now you don't know what you're doing. You don't know where you are. And somebody's videotaping you. That's not a crime, fam. I watch a lot of Law and Order. I watch a lot of ID channel. That's a sex crime, fam. You cannot give somebody something to seduce them or sedate them and then have sex with them. That is a crime. You can't get mad at the sex offender who you want to beat up and then not get mad at Diddy because you like the way his music sound or the way the music sounded after he put a touch on it or after he promoted it to the point where it was in your face. Now you like it. No, it don't work that way. You're partaking in these things, so you have to pay the price for these things. It's as simple as I was doing the same thing. I would have to pay the price for it. Whether people like me and I'm cool, it doesn't matter. You got to pay the price, man. Whatever, bed that you make, you got to lay in it, bro. So that was that segment of, conspiracy or truth. I mean, to me, it's all truth. Like I said before, no such thing as a conspiracy. It's all truth, man. All truth. You're for sure. But for the next segment, we take this. Are you ready for some football? The next segment, man, we're gonna talk about the Pats and the Jets. Tonight, Amazon Prime, Thursday Night Football, Pats, Jets. I'm high on the Patriots. They should have won last week. Seattle escaped with a win. We already broke that down already. The Jets, they came, beat the Titans, who just keep finding ways to lose. Will Levis, get it together before 2-5 kick you in your ass. Get it together. But Pats, Jets, I look forward to be a low-scoring game. So, the bet of the day is going to be Jets, Pats. I'm taking the under. I could be wrong because it's probably one of those situations like they may come out score a whole bunch of points. But to me, I think both defenses are really, really good. So I hope Jacoby Brissett just doesn't go out here and just lay an egg. Like, that's my biggest fear for this game tonight. Like, he's the thing holding him back. Like, that's why I would have tried my best to get a better skill position player than drafting a Drake May, because Drake May's on the bench doing what? Nothing. He's on the bench doing nothing. Your defense literally is giving up. Like, before that last drive that Seattle scored, they given under 20 points. They scored 23 points. Come on, man. So to me, they're not playing bad football. The defense is balling, which I thought they would coming into this league, coming into this year, calendar year. I thought they would ball. So to me, like I said, Kyle Duggar is hitting everything in sight. I look for the Patriots, hopefully, to win tonight. I think that the Jets have a good running game. Aaron Rodgers still looks old. He still looks like the 10 man out there, He can't run. They got his line tonight for 1 yard rushing. I thought about taking it. I said, you know what? No, I'm not taking it. He can't get around the corner. It's like, even on the bootleg, I don't see him, again, his ability to escape the pocket is what really made him a really good quarterback. He still can throw the thing like a fool. Don't get it messed up. But Garrett Wilson, Lazard, Conklin, Hall, the backfield, it's just not. I don't think it's going to be enough. I think the Patriots will find a way to win. I think the Patriots will find a way to come out with the victory. I think that the Patriots kicking game is going to be key. Hopefully they can make enough field goals in this game to win, because I think it's going to be a low scoring game. So as we seen before, Joey Sly, last week he was 3 for 3. So I mean, hey, hopefully he can continue to do what he does, and they can do what they've been doing. You dig? So this has been the episode of the Mike P podcast, man. I appreciate y'all hanging there with me. We're gonna try to think when I'm gonna come back on again. I may come back on this weekend and do maybe an update. I didn't do it last week because I was a little busy, but do maybe an update on the week 3 coming up. Before week 3, give a small breakdown on a couple games I'm looking at. So I appreciate y'all for rocking with me, man. I had fun. Hope you had fun. Hope you learned something. Every time I do this, I want you guys to learn. Then whether you agree or not, like, comment, share. Like the fact y'all was in the comments. I appreciate y'all being in the comments. Interaction, man. I really appreciate it. So hope you learned something. Just trying to give you the full robustness of whether that brother's that in life and how he started. It's good, man. It's good things. Don't do the wrong. Try to keep here even. Hopefully everything comes out. The one and only Mike to the P, One Mike Podcast. Make sure you go to YouTube, please, and subscribe to the One Mike Podcast. All you have to put is One Mike Podcast. It should pop right up. You'll see me. You dig? Subscribe, man. Appreciate y'all. Love.